Arguably the most important and exciting qualifying session of the season. Welcome along to round 6 of the Formula One World Championship in 2018. It's the Monaco Grand Prix. Max Verstappen is out of qualifying. They have to change the gearbox in his Red Bull. They're not going to be able to do that, send him out on the track in time. Down towards Rascasse, someone's gone straight on, I think, at Sander Vot. That's why there are yellow flags being waved there, and you have to slow down when you see these yellow flags, and that compromises those that have started their flying laps. Magnussen is struggling, Martin. He's got one more lap to try and get out of the bottom 5.
The car looked all over the place. Tail end sliding oversteer on the powering out of corners, struggling to slow the car down in Rascasse, a really scruffy corner. And as you say, if you face yellow flags going into Q1, effectively your lap is over. Going into Sector 1, I should say, and there it is. That's
Charles Leclerc down there that has gone off the track. Leclerc, by being the 9th fastest driver, is already through to Q2, and those behind had to slow down, and that was the end of that.
Terribly convenient.
I did a mistake. Copy, Charles.
Ooh, and that's Charles Leclerc, who did very well there, Martin, to avoid the barrier. Well, through the first sector, Sainz put in a decent time, but he's currently only 9th fastest. Gasly putting in a personal best time as well, as we watch Sirotkin manhandling that Williams towards the line, but can't improve on that 13th fastest. Hulkenberg hasn't had the best middle sector, pretty decent through the first sector, and Leclerc and Grosjean aren't going to be troubling the top 10 either. Here's Hulkenberg crossing the line now, 11th fastest. He misses out, and Carlos Sainz out-qualifies Nico Hulkenberg for the second race in a row. Hulkenberg, who dominated his teammate for so long, has now been out-qualified by Sainz for 2 races in a row.
Bottas then will be the first of the big guns to complete a lap.
Sainz ahead of Alonso, ahead of Gasly. Where is Bottas going to be at the end of this lap? He is into the 111s, 111.5, but that might not be enough. He might need to find another 2, 3, maybe even 4 tenths. Hamilton next across the line and does so with a 111.2, so it's Hamilton on provisional pole position. Daniel Ricciardo, who was on pole, of course, here in 2016, would have taken the win, but they got it all wrong with the pit stops, looking for his second career pole, and crosses the line now to go into the 110s. What a lap from Daniel Ricciardo, provisional pole by a country mile. Kimi Raikkonen can only produce the 3rd best lap. Sebastian Vettel can still make up 8 100ths in the final sector. Lewis Hamilton has put in the quickest first sector time we've seen so far, and Daniel Ricciardo was only a 10th down on that. Sebastian Vettel, who was on pole here in 2011, has taken 3 poles in 2018. Ain't going to be on pole today, but he is on the front row at the moment as we go on with Lewis Hamilton through the swimming pool chicane.
He took more speed than Vettel did. I don't think any of them took quite the speed that Ricciardo was doing through there, but this is going to be so close. Oh, he's understeered through the last corner.
Kimi Raikkonen is off the pace at the moment. Hamilton to cross the line now, and it's only 3rd fastest for Hamilton, so Vettel has dislodged the Mercedes from the front row. Daniel Ricciardo, pole position is his. The rest aren't getting closer, but he's getting faster. Fastest middle sector we've seen so far. Get ready with another big yeehaw, Martin Brundle. Ricciardo crosses the line now, and just misses out on extending his advantage, but for the second time in his career, and for the second time on the streets of Monte Carlo, Daniel Ricciardo's hit the jackpot and he'll start on pole.
50% done. Let's finish this tomorrow.
He is on pole then, ahead of Sebastian Vettel, his former teammate, and Lewis Hamilton, who you never know might be his teammate in the future. Kimi Raikkonen ahead of Valtteri Bottas, the 2 Finns 4th and 5th. Ocon out qualifying Sergio Perez, who starts 9th. The big story, Ricciardo on pole. The second biggest story is teammate Verstappen starting last after a crash this morning and a gearbox change.